Good morning. I'm going to take us through the GP HR module today. As we interact with our employees, first as applicants, then interviewees, and finally employees, there's a great deal of information about our employees we keep track of throughout their entire journey as an employee with our organization. This includes hiring information such as applicant info, interviews, references, their SIN number, banking information needed for payroll, salary and benefit information such as health benefits and life insurance, as well as other benefits like vacation or sick time, education, skills, training and recertifications, performance reviews, termination. All of this is critical to the employee. Tracking all of this information relevant to employees is important to any organization. And today I'm going to walk you through some of the benefits of using the HR module in Dynamics GP. Using the module built into your ERP payroll solution allows payroll, HR, and benefits departments to interact with common information about an employee, all stored in one convenient location, which is reportable and extractable for data analysis or reporting. For the purpose of today's demonstration, I have set up an applicant who has applied for an administrative assistant position within our organization. We've narrowed her down as one of the top 5 applicants. So let's take a look at Mary Addison. So I'm going to navigate here to the card section of the HR and payroll module, and I'm going to open up the applicant section. And you'll notice that there's several different items listed here. So let's click on the applicant. I'm going to pull up my applicant here, Mary Addison, and you can create as many applicants as you need for as many positions as you need. Now, when Mary applied, she submitted a resume, so we can use a lot of the information right off of that resume to fill out these various cards. So from her resume, I know her address, I know her phone number, I know her email contact, and of course I know the position that she's applied for and the date that she applied. We can track all of that here. Then I'm going to go down and I'm going to update her education. So I also know from her resume that she went to Algonquin College and took a business admin diploma and graduated in 2005. Then I'm going to go down to her skills. And I'm going to look up the skills that we want to have for an administrative assistant. And based on her resume, I can say that she has these skills here, and the proficiency rating that I would attach to those is here as well. Then Mary also submitted some references to us. So she had listed 2 references on her resume, and I've been able to enter those here as well. And the contact information for these individuals is also available. I'll have their phone number, the company, the relationship, so that I can reach out to them later if Mary is a successful candidate. I can go down and I can define her work history, so I can identify how many years of experience she had and what was the position she had, and the company. We can track as many positions as we need to here. And then I can also track interview steps. So I can give a rating to the interview if I've defined a specific criteria that we're really gauging in the interview process. If we have several candidates who we are interviewing, we can come up with an interview rating system, which will help us make our decision in selecting the best candidate for the job. And I can move these items up or down, and it affects the rating down here. Now, finally, we're going to offer Mary the position. She was the best candidate that we had interviewed, and we've decided that she's a good fit for our organization. I simply go in and I click Hire, and now I can easily transform Mary Addison from an applicant to an employee. I can specify the employment type here, whether she's a full-time regular employee or a part-time, if it's intern or other, how many hours per year, and the date that she officially becomes an employee. I can process that, and automatically that will create an payroll record within our payroll system. From there, we can open the employee payroll card and we can enter additional information about Mary. I'll just pull her card up here right now. So we can enter additional information like her birth date, if there's any spouse information for benefits that we want to track. I will be able to put in her social insurance number, anything else here that's pertinent to the employee card for payroll. So that kind of takes us through the applicant. And as you can see, there's, various different options here to track, and you can define what it is you want to track within each segment. Now that Mary is a full-time employee with us, she qualifies for some health and life insurance benefits. So you can simply come in here and assign these to employees as required. By selecting the employee, you can set up your different benefit packages. So for example, Mary qualifies for family coverage. So we will select that here, and we can make it active, inactive. We've got various different statuses here, when the eligibility date is, when benefits begin, and what the coverage is for that individual. And the same goes for life insurance. I can simply come in and I can select the employee. I can select the type of coverage that they qualify for, and it'll be added to the employee's record. Now, when we come down into the employee section, we can additionally track things like their dependents for benefits. So in this case, Mary has some dependents that she's listed for her benefits. So I can list those here with their ages and dates of birth, and all of that information is right here. I can enter any information required. I can come down here and I can take a look at, skills. I can update the skills for Mary as she, progresses through our organization. So here are her skills. And if this was a skill that had to be renewed or replenished on a regular basis, I can actually attach expiry dates to these skills so that it'll prompt us when she's due for recertification. Same with training. We can go in and we can track all of the training that's necessary. We've identified that safety training is something that applies to all of our employees. And so we have now done the same thing here. First aid and CPR and WHMIS training are requirements on a regular basis. And so I've been able to attach the dates when it was completed so that I can report on this later or extract this information to help us guide us in setting up future renewal periods. If Mary actually decided to apply to a different position in the organization, we can also fill out transfers. So I can simply come in here, the date that the requested position, I can fill in all the details here for the new position and create a transfer so that I can keep track of her history and organization if she moves from one position to another. And there's lots of other options here underneath of the employee section. I encourage you to take advantage of any of those opportunities to store information about your employees in any of these particular areas. Training seems to be one of the most dominant pieces used because in organizations where there are professional designations or certifications, frequency of renewal to keep yourself current and certified, this is one of the areas that companies find the most value out of, is being able to track that information in here and extract it as needed, to help keep track of that information. There's also some reports that are out of the box here with the HR module, various different reports here. As you build up your database, you'll be able to extract these reports. For example, under benefits, we could actually take a look at the beneficiary information, for example, and we would run a report if we had that data actually available in the system. If we wanted to look at review history, we can also do a drop down for that as well. We could take a look at the different reviews that we have in our system, and we can set up a matrix for that. So we know that we gave Mary a 3-month review on January the 4th, and her score was 9 out of 10. And we've rated it off of these various different attributes here that we've set up on our scoring system. And I could even do something on training, for example. And we'll just do a print here and see what comes up. So we can extract things on employee skill sets, so we can see where this person actually qualified and how many skills they had in the various different skill sets that we have defined in our organization. So it's a very helpful tool. In addition to that, there are SMART List reports. for the HR module. There's a few of them that are out of the box that pertain to the applicant information, employee benefit information. And in addition to that, there are also, various ways that additional smart lists could be created based off of the HR database tables, creating more smart lists so that you can really extract your information. All smart lists can actually be dumped into Excel, making reporting on your employees much easier and keeps your data consistent and accurate.